Welcome back to FasTrax Cars. I'm Kevin Matlo, and I got Steve here with an absolutely incredible 1962 Bel Air. Steve, welcome to my channel.
Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about your car.
Well, I bought it in 2011, and it took me 8 years to build, right from the ground up.
Really?
I didn't paint it, but I did everything else. Well, okay, maybe not the interior. Interior and paint I didn't do, but I'm a mechanic.
But everything else?
And I did everything else, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So what condition was it when you bought it? Obviously it wasn't spectacular.
Real bad.
Yeah?
I took it to the shop, and my business partner said to me, everybody grab a corner, and we'll throw it in the dumpster. Yeah, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, sure, but 8 years later, he's like, oh my God, that type of thing, right? So,
Absolutely. So where was it from?
well, I bought it out of a storage lot by Redwater.
Okay.
And there's like 300 or 400 cars in there, and I went there one Saturday, and they took pictures of them all, and I put them on my computer, and I scanned through them all, and I picked this car.
Right.
I went out to the storage lot, and it's the only car that wasn't for sale.
Of course. Of course.
So I bugged the guy for a couple months, and finally he sold it to me.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent. So you got it home, and it was rough.
Well, I had a shop,
Okay.
so I took it to the shop, and it was there for 8 years. But when you have a shop, you've got the hoist, the grinder, the welders, and air, and all that kind of stuff.
You got everything you need to do it.
Yeah.
Where did you start? What was the first thing you said? Okay, this is our A point. We're going to go from here. What was your starting point?
Well, the whole front end was just sat on there, so I just pulled that off.
Yeah.
And pulled the doors off, and cleaned the whole interior, and just went from there. You know.
What engine's in this? Is it? This obviously is not a stock engine.
No. It's a
What's in here?
1967 327,
Yeah.
and it's got Vortec heads on it, which adds around 40 horsepower to the stock 327.
Wow. Pretty tuned up.
Oh yeah.
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 What's the running horsepower?
I'd say 400
Really?
in that area.
And it weighs what, about 3,600 pounds?
30. Yeah, you're right. Around 3,600 pounds. Yeah.
Which is not much for a car with that kind of power.
No, that's true. It goes pretty good, but I'm not a racer.
Right.
I'm a cruiser.
Yeah.
And I stay within the speed limit.
You enjoy the car.
Oh yeah.
It's a show car,
Basically.
not a daily driver.
I don't drive it through the week very
Yeah.
often, unless it's Father's Day or something like that.
A special day.
Yeah.
Sunny day.
And I've even had my 2-year-old granddaughter sitting on the hood.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Took a bunch of pictures. Well, I made her take her shoes off.
Okay, good.
So she's
Yeah.
all soft, right?
Yeah, of course. With the diaper padded.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
for sure. Yeah.
And what color is this car?
Well, I call
It's
it
red, but-
I call it orange.
Okay.
It's red and orange.
Yeah.
But it's a special blend that I got from the States.
Okay.
And nobody else has this kind of color.
It's a one-off.
You see red, you see orange, you see red, you see orange, but it's a special blend.
This is your color.
Yeah, it came from Minneapolis. No, not Minneapolis. Indianapolis.
Okay.
There's a body shop that did a car, and once I seen it, I got in touch with them.
Yeah.
They gave me a paint code, and here we are.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And the chrome?
This is all repo,
Okay.
but the bumpers are original.
It's
but
hard to
re-chrome.
find chrome though.
You couldn't find a bumper like that if you
No.
tried. But this is all re-chromed, but everything, the badges and the grill and all the stuff, that's all, you can get it from Classic Industries in the
Okay.
States.
So it's still available through third party.
Yeah, for sure.
Excellent.
The windshield is new. The back window is original.
Okay.
Because where do you get a back window like that?
Good luck finding that
It's
shape.
a bubble top. That's
Yeah.
right,
Good luck. And suspension on this.
Everything's been sandblasted and painted, but the suspension is all original. With not air shocks, with Sensitrack shocks, Monroe Sensitrack shocks. But the upper and lower control arms and everything is original. But all new bushings and everything.
Of course. Safety.
Everything been rebuilt. Yeah.
Safety.
Yeah.
Same with the brakes and brake lines, things like that.
Well, it's got disc brakes now, and
It's got discs.
Yeah.
It had discs in the back originally and drums in the front, did it not?
it was 4-wheel drum.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah, but then when in '62 they had drums only, but it's got drums on the back, 11 by 2.5, and
Yeah.
disc brakes on the front.
Good.
Yeah,
So it's safe. It's safe if nothing else.
Yep.
It goes and it can stop.
yeah, and I put seat belts in it because they didn't have seat belts back in the day.
Right.
So there's seat belts in it, so you can
Yeah.
drive safe, but you don't want to use the seat belts.
Yeah. Yeah. My dad had a '64 Impala and
Yeah.
no seatbelts.
No,
And we drove with my kids, his grandkids,
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
in the car.
That's-
No seatbelts.
that's cool.
But
That's
it was
cool.
down Lakeshore Road in Kelowna, so it was like 50s, 60s top end on that road, so we weren't going very fast.
Yeah, for sure.
But beautiful car.
Well, thanks.
And, tires on it, they're
Well, they're all BF Goodrich.
okay.
They're all special sizes. There's
All radials.
different sizes from the back to the front.
Yeah.
You have to do a bunch
Staggered.
of calculations to
Yeah.
figure out how they fit in there nicely.
Right.
So,
And the interior, is interior much?
all
I
custom.
mean, you pulled it all out. It was garbage.
Oh, it was terrible. It's all, got all new foam. I had to buy all new foam. And a gentleman by the name of Kurt Littlewood, he did the interior.
Yeah.
And he did a marvelous job.
Excellent. Dash and steering wheel.
Well, it's got a Flaming River tilt wheel.
Yeah.
It's got an automatic transmission, a turbo 350. The rear differential gears are stock. They work just fine.
Yeah. Springs in the back, or
the original springs, but I cut a ring off it to get it to the right height that I wanted.
Yeah. And the exhaust, obviously, is not
Custom.
a stock exhaust.
It's all custom. Yeah.
Can't be stock.
No, it can't be stock. You want them to, want to hear them a little bit.
Absolutely. So, what is it, Borla, or what you put on there?
Well, they're special race mufflers. It's hard to explain how they are, but they got a corkscrew in the middle with a hole in the middle, so a lot of the exhaust goes through, and some of it goes around like that to give it a good sound.
Excellent. Is there anything else special about the car that you want to talk about? Anything that you've done?
Well, everything underneath the. Do you want to open hood?
Yeah, we'll get that. Yeah.
Okay. Everything under the hood is powder coated. Everything black is powder coated. The rad support, inner fender wells, everything that you see that's black is powder coated. So I don't have to worry about scratches or nothing. It's just very easy to clean.
Maintenance free.
Yep, for sure.
Maintenance free. Yeah. A lot of chrome. Everything's chrome.
Well, I went for a real simple look. See the valve covers? They don't have any flames on them or nothing like that.
Yeah.
And this is a March kit. It's all smooth aluminum, like the rad is all smooth. I went for just a nice
clean
look.
A clean look.
Clean look. Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
Kind of what you saw in the 1950s when we were doing hot rods back then. It was, they weren't all painted up, and they were just chromed up, nice and shiny. And
And I never really had a plan. I just kind of went as I went. Some ideas came to my head, and I just went with it. So
good.
There was no plan on paper. It was just like, let's do this, and it took it 8 years.
And it came about.
Yeah.
Which was good.
Yeah, for sure.
But again, that's the best way to do it, I think, is as you see things pulling together, you know what's going to work with it.
Yeah.
When people plan things out and they go by the plan, they don't see what's what one thing leads to another.
Yeah,
one thing could bastardize another.
Yeah. You don't want to have a plan on paper like you're building a house. This is just out of your mind.
Yeah.
Like, I used to race at Speedway back in 1980, and I ran a 327 with a Holly carburetor.
Yeah.
And this is carbureted, no fuel injection or nothing like that. And I had a blast, so I kind of just did the same thing with this car.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. All right. Well, thank you so much for talking about your car. I do appreciate your time.
Hey, no problem at all.
If you're an automotive enthusiast like we are, like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you're alerted when new videos go live.